Well, hello everybody. This is Linda from North Central Texas, and that little thunderstorm we had the other night, it just kept knocking my planters over that I had in the front yard. So what I did is I came back here and I put them up here on the arbor. I mean, that's what I wanted up there anyway. And the ones that were there in the other pots didn't do so well because of that 110 degree temperatures. So I went ahead and left one pole in there to fasten it to the arbor here. And was able to switch out the pots. So now they're going up the arbor. And there's like 3 or 4 different types of flowering vines in each pot. So some of that should survive and look really good next summer for the spring. But I got one of the pots there that I pulled part of the vine out of. And I got one around here in the front yard that I'm gonna go ahead and put I think plant mums in one of them and put them back over where I got that little rose bush, because it's going to help keep the ground moist right along with the compost to hopefully keep that little rose bush right there going, because it's used to having the drain off from the pot. So I'm going to put the pot there till next summer, and then I'll probably remove the pot, because if that rose bush survives all winter, then it should do well in the summer. I'm trying to get this camera set up to where see what I'm doing out here. I can't tell what I'm even looking at. Guess it needed to go up higher. See if I can get it up here. Might see a little bit of what I'm doing. Can't tell. But Walmart had mums on sale for like $4 for a pot like this. And when I got there, there was only 2 of them left, and possibly 3, because someone looks like had put one of these inside a wicker basket. And I didn't pull it out to see if it had the sale tag on it or not, but I think it probably did. And I put that right in front of you. But anyway, I wanted to show you too my little pig. I planted a coleus in it, but it's kind of wilted down, but hopefully it'll come back up. And I can't tell what I'm showing you. Can't tell if I'm showing you the pig or not, but anyway, that's that one, and then there's that one over here on this side. So but back to the mum. Yeah, I wanted to put something there to keep that little rose bush going through the winter. And I said it might help even insulate it a little bit. And then hopefully by the spring, I'll be able to take it out. You know, take the pot away and just leave my rose bush there. That's why it's kind of up toward the front. I wanted to dig down a little bit. I need to take some of this stuff out. got roots all in it, so I may have some more of the stuff even coming up in there. Yeah, that's a root ball right there. I'm going to take that back there and put it in the other one. Because I don't need no more vines here. All the vines I wanted were right there. I'm digging down to compost. But I have to dig out a little bit of it because that mum has got quite a few roots on it. And I want to be able to cover the roots up. At least make sure the roots. I guess you'll notice I got my hair down today. I trimmed it up and it's still a little bit wet, but I was going to leave it down till at least it got dry. And this is basically the first day that it's been cool enough that I even thought about it to go ahead and wear my hair down. But I just got back from town, so that's one reason it's down. See if I can get some more of this moved over. Yeah, I had compost, scraps, all kind of stuff down in this pot, so it should do good. But these things have got massive roots on them already. I'll dig it down a little bit more. Especially over here on this side because and it's full of those roots that came from those vines that were in it. The poor vines just gave up. So we'll see. Sometimes the mums don't survive till the next season, but sometimes they will. And this one kind of grew sideways. It surely did. It grew sideways. I didn't want to get all that dirt on the concrete because I just have to go in here and sweep it off. That's an idea too, you know, if you're planting something in your yard and you're not quite sure. Let me get down there to that rich dirt that I got in the bottom of this. Compost that's already broken down. Oh, that's heavier than it was. Whew. that's an idea for you. You know, if you got anything you want to plant and it needs water constantly, where you don't think it's going to survive in the beginning, just put you a potted plant or something there at it. Because if that survives the winter, that rose bush, I'll be able to move that pot and not worry about it next year. But I'm going to have it there just right now so it gets all the runoff from the pot. And it'll get all the nutrients and stuff. But no, I'm not going to waste this soil either. And I got a nice little pot to use for something else. Oh, I just forgot I had a root ball down there. Here it is. And if any of that comes up in there, that's okay too. I'll just take it. And they even had eggshells in there. Had all kind of stuff. Big old piece of metal. Yeah, I can take that around there and probably plant it back in that other deal. And I've got that one right there that I think I'm going to put right over here temporarily, where the other pot of the vine was growing that I moved. But we'll see. My neighbors are having a party, sounds like. Got their cucaracha music going. Sorry about that. I'm just yeah, I can probably put this right back over here. And I can't see here what I'm showing you. Lose some of the wood chips back. And dig down in there a little bit. But you see it's got a little green sprout on it, so definitely going to stick that back in there because it'll come up in this pot the rest of the time that it's warm this year, and those roots will survive and it'll come back up next year because these are perennials. Had a squash plant coming up in there. I don't need a squash plant coming up right now. But I'll stick it over there. Give it a fighting chance. forget, I can't see what I'm showing you because the sun is so bright on me. I don't know what you're seeing and what you're not. And the wind's blowing a little bit, which makes it good because I started to sweat a little bit. But, whew. I'm going to put this bucket over here. Put this little flower pot right here next to these other ones inside this thing. I don't know if you can see that. And I'm probably making you dizzy because I just spun the camera around. And I didn't mean to. But I got it right there. So if I come up with anything else to put in it, I can. I haven't decided on the other one yet. If I'm going to put it in a pot on the other side or just put it in the ground. So I guess when I decide to do it, oh, and I got dirt or something on my eyes. That's terrible, you know, when you're gardening and you end up with black eyes. But that's basically all I had today. I just wanted to show you that I was replacing those vines. And I got to sit down a minute. Whew. That's one reason you always see me with my hair up when I'm out in the yard working, is because I get so hot and my fingers are dirty. I hate to even touch my eyes, but I don't want black. I must have flung some of that black dirt up from the pot a while ago. And like I said, it was growing sideways in that other pot. But I was hoping I could even it out a little bit, but it didn't even out too well. Well, it must have got on my eyelash because I'm blinking my eyes and I got more falling in my eye. So... I hate getting close-ups of me because my eyes are always so swollen from the combination of two things. The lack of sleep, because for the last 5, 6, 7 years, I don't sleep as much as I do sleep. Plus, my allergies are severe out here in Texas because I'm allergic to everything. I mean, I'm allergic to the dirt because there's so much pollen in the dirt from everything until my eyes are swollen from that. Some mornings I wake up and my eyes are just stuck together because of allergies. So some people, I guess, would think, well, you're up all night partying. Well, no, I don't do that. I don't drink alcohol. No wine, no beer, no alcohol of any kind. Strongest thing I drink is coffee, lemonade, sweet tea, stuff like that. Or maybe some chocolate milk. That reminds me, I've got a little bit of chocolate milk left in there I need to drink before the date runs out. Because I hardly ever buy milk. I mean, I buy it in the can to cook with, just to have it on hand, but I don't buy it to drink usually. And if I do, it's 1%, 2% milk. Because if I get anything stronger than that, it bothers my stomach. So, but yeah, I thought I would do that since it's a beautiful day. I just wish I could have got that plant a little bit straighter. I mean, it's kind of sideways, but that's the way it was growing in that other pot. That's probably one reason they had it on reduced down on sale. Because some of those big mums, they had 2 or 3 different kinds in one pot. They were selling for like $25, and I said, well, I can't afford that. But I could afford less than $4 for a pot of mums, because I was just going to stick them in that pot anyway. But I had one of my viewers want me to video me cleaning my house. I said, well, I never really thought about videoing me cleaning my house. But maybe I will. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I messaged back to him. I said, well, I don't know why anybody would want to see someone clean their house unless they wanted to see how I do it and what cleaning materials I use and, that type of thing. That's the only thing I could think of. But I'm thinking about it. I haven't decided yet. So don't be surprised if you see me post a video of me cleaning my house, which I thought was kind of odd. But you never know. They might want to see how you do things in your house opposed to doing stuff in the yard, I mean, I don't use really strong chemicals to clean my house. I use stuff like Mr. Clean. I do use Clorox because I do put bleach in my white clothes. I do put bleach in my dishwater sometimes, and that's mainly just to kind of keep the dishcloth sterilized. And sometimes I'll put extra bleach in there and just throw the white towel that I use, my kitchen towel, in there and bleach both of them out white, because it keeps them clean that way and keeps them sanitary. Because bleach is a good sanitizer. I mean, people everywhere have been cleaning basically their whole house with bleach since COVID, because it kills the germs. So I'm glad I got to sit down, because I started sweating something bad. I've been messing with my security cameras again. Man, I got a lot of traffic today going by. And this is a Wednesday? Of course, I guess the time of afternoon it is people mulling about getting home from work. I know the school bus came through just as I was turning down my street to drop kids off. And my kids, when they were going to school, they fussed because they had to go all the way down to the end of the street to catch the school bus. And part of the time the bus came down the street anyway, but they wouldn't stop at your house. My kids got mad and they'd make me take them to school because of course they didn't want to go down there in the rain and have to stand at the end of the street in the rain, and I don't blame them. Usually I'd just drive them down there to do that or just take them to school. Well, to show you how much has changed since my kids were in school and in like middle school or elementary, the bus not only comes down this street now, but it stops at the houses and it puts the kids off right at their house instead of on the main street out there like they used to do. They used to say, oh, we can't go down the street and drop kids off at their house. Well, they're doing it now. So I've always told my son, I said, son, you're beyond your years. I said, you're so far ahead of everything here. I said, that's why I guess things came so easy for you. I mean, he was so bored in school that the teacher was calling me all the time because he wouldn't do his work. And what it was is he would not do anything twice. If he's already done it, he doesn't want any part of it. He's not repeating it. He already knows it, and he's not doing it. So I told her, I said, well, try giving him something he's never seen and see what happens. Well, she started doing that. He sat there and he worked every worksheet she gave him. I got a bug flying around here. And but she told me one day, she says, but I can't keep doing that. He's already 3 grades ahead of the other kids. I said, well, why can't we put him up at least a grade or 2 so he's in a level where he belongs? Oh, well, we can't do that. We're not equipped to skip grades with kids and put them up a year. Well, my 2 nephews in New York City were the same way. They're really intelligent boys. And right from elementary school, they were skipping grades. I mean, they had no problem there putting them up into a grade level that they felt comfortable in. And one of my nephews, he graduated college with a master's degree before a lot of his friends graduated high school. That's how intelligent he was. And he's an English professor at the New York University right now. So why they couldn't do it here is beyond me. But when my son got into high school, he started skipping school, and I didn't know it because I'd drop him off at the front door every day. Go pick him up every day in the afternoon when school let out. He was there. So I had no idea he was skipping class. Well, it seems like I was dropping him off, but he never made it to class. Him and his friends who had a car drove off and joyrided and did what they wanted to do all day and came back just in time to either catch the bus home, or one of them, drove home, or either be there like my son for me to pick him up. Well, that went on for a week or so, and the principal called me. And they said, well, we're just calling to check on Chad. Is he doing okay? And I said, well, yeah. I mean, why would you think he was not? Well, he hasn't been in class in X amount of days. He hasn't been in any of his classes. And I said, well, that's strange because I dropped him off at the front door of the school every morning, and I've been picking him up every afternoon when school's out. Come to find out, that's what he was doing. He was meeting his friends, driving around with the one that had the car. So I ended up signing the papers to let him quit with one condition. He had to do his GED. Well, he didn't want to go to the class. He said, Mom, I'm not wasting time going to that GED class. He said, just let me take the test. So I tried to check around to see where they were giving the GED test the soonest. Well, Granbury wasn't doing it till the next week. I called Weatherford College. They were giving GED classes the next day. So I got him into that. I took him over there. He took the GED test, and he passed it with flying colors. And then he signed up for TCJC, which is a junior college. And he was studying to be a paramedic. But before he got into that too much, he was in a car wreck, and his little girlfriend was killed. And after that, he couldn't handle going to the classes and having to deal with car wreck situations and watching bloody wreck films, that they showed in class and that type of thing. He would have flashbacks to the wreck because he was seriously injured. He was thrown out of the back of the car, and his face was cut up pretty bad, and he had gas burns on him because the gas tank ruptured and covered all the kids that were in the car in gasoline. Thank God it didn't catch on fire. But he got a job in Fort Worth after that. He's been with that company for over 20-some years. So he's made a career working with Bluff Manufacturing. And he's doing pretty good, but he gets stressed out now because since he moved way far out where he's at, his commute to work is really, really a long way. So he's kind of tired of that commute back and forth, but what can you do, He had a house within 15 minutes of his job at one time, but he was trying to satisfy his wife and get the house out there that they got now, and it's several hours drive one way, and it's just killing him. But anyway, I didn't get on here to talk about all that. I just want to get on here and show you what I was doing with my plants and give you the tip that if you plant anything in the ground, and it's a small plant like my rose bush, and you think it needs a little bit special attention, or you want to make sure the ground stays moist where it is, put you a flower pot close to it, to where every time you water that flower pot, it'll drain into the ground and it'll go to the roots of your rose bush or whatever flower or plant that you put there. So that's what's been helping that one, so I don't have to come out here and water it every day. So, and that good rain we had a couple of days ago, oh, I tell you, that was wonderful. The ground is still a little damp from that, which is good. And I think we're supposed to get more rain on Friday, so that's going to help tremendously. So, I love sitting down here talking with people, and I'll be glad sometime when I can do a live, do it live, you know, and be able to have people send in questions that I'd be able to answer right then and not have to wait till my video's posted and hope I catch the comment later and be able to answer it. I think that would be a lot more enjoyable to me, to just have people being able to send the message right then on a live chat, you know, with a live video, and be able to answer it then. But, you know, you got to go by the guidelines of YouTube. You got to have so many subscribers, and you got to have so many viewing hours before they'll let you go live. I mean, I could do it right now. I've tested it. The only fact is they might not, you know, just take me off of YouTube if I do, because I haven't reached my 4,000 hours and I haven't reached my 1,000 subscribers yet. So y'all need to help me out with that. Subscribing to the channel does not cost anything, but it does show YouTube that you're interested in my content. So, and if you like my videos, that shows YouTube that you like them. You share my videos, that shows that you like them. And definitely when you subscribe to my channel, that helps it even more. So with that, I'm going to wish y'all a blessed day and have a good afternoon and evening.